absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, GWR, Monday, July 14th, 2025. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Marcus Fine and Tony Gonzo'S. How's it going, guys?
All good. All good. Well, we're going to get started. We're going to bring in a special guest. We're going to bring in Shane Cowser from AACW Wrestling, owner, and he's got quite a few things to talk about with us. Get that done, and then we'll do the Marcus Fine Wrestling for it. How's it going, Shane?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Doing good. You got some busy weekends coming up.
Yeah. We got some busy days coming ahead of us. Yeah. And man, like you guys know me, I stress quite a bit. And right now I'm kind of a little bit over the edge right now, trying to figure all this stuff out. Was trying to cover some stuff this past weekend. Went to Anderson, put out some flyers and stuff for the show over there coming up the 26th. And but before that, we have our monthly show in Sharpsville. So got to, we had a decent show last time over there. Crowd was a little bit down. I mean, they said that there was fireworks or something, going on at one of the campgrounds over there, which this week or this month we're actually going to be competing with the Greentown Fairs, or not the Greentown Fair, but the Tipton Fairs. So I always hate when you try to do that when you schedule something out, and then you don't get might not get the backing, but we're going to try it. So right now we are going to be doing our Sharpsville show this coming weekend on Saturday night, July 19th. Doors open at bell time at 7:05. Doors open a little bit after 6. You have front row, $15. Ringside behind that is $12. Bleacher seats are $10. If you want to get your front row reserved, get a hold of me. Try to get a hold of me, and I'll put the reserve sticker on the seat. And you got it there for you when you come in. So getting into that show, man, we've got you guys know the battles, the long ongoing feud between Johnny Crisis and Damian DeVille. So this coming July 19th, we are going to renew that rivalry again. They have signed a match where Damian DeVille is going to get a title shot against Johnny Crisis. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the other times they've been wrestling, man, the other matches they've had, they've been bangers. So me and Marcus got a chance to see one of the greatest matches last year up at the Milwaukee Iron Motorcycle Club here in Kokomo. That match was crazy good. Both guys put it all out there. And I don't know if they're going to redo that match. I don't know if they can actually, because that match there, but $5 bill stapled on the head, right, Marcus?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That was an amazing match, man. So who knows what these guys got going up their sleeve. Then we're going to have a tables, ladders, and chairs for the AACW championships, tag team titles. Tag team titles will be on the line in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And then we have a mixed tag team match of what happened last month. I don't know if you guys was able to see anything, but just a little bit of Larry D and Paige Jones. are going to be wrestling Cruiser and Jensen, and this come about with some of the um, not so nice actions that Cruiser. I guess Cruiser put his hands on Paige Jones last month, and Larry D didn't like it that much. So what happened was Larry come out and challenged him in a match, and then they wanted to run it husband and wife versus boyfriend girlfriend. So we have Paige Jones versus Larry, or Paige Jones and Larry D versus Cruiser and Jensen. It's kind of exciting about that match. I mean, I don't know, a mixed tag team match. Um, then we have Coltex members versus the Wild Thing and Strife. Two of the Coltex members will be wrestling Wild Thing and Strife. And then, Marcus, here you go. You're going to like this one. You're going to like this one. United States Championship title defense. Bobo Brazil Jr. is going to be facing he's going to be defending his championship against Chet Ripley.
Oh, that will be good.
How you
That will
like
be
that,
good.
man? I'm telling you what. So, right there, those are just a few exciting matches that we have right there on, I mean, on the show coming up in July, the 19th, next Saturday.
Sounds good.
Um, guys, kind of excuse me a little bit. I'm trying to go on probably 2 hours sleep from last night, so I'm trying to just put everything together and don't look any freaking more stupid than what I always do anytime I'm on live anyway. So I'm sure Mike King will be on here in just a little bit to tell me how I'm laying down and trying to look all professional and shit on a live broadcast. Marcus, Marcus, wasn't you supposed to remind me something next time we was on Gonzo's?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Huh?
I was going to bring it up. If you forgot,
I did.
you forgot.
I kind of did when I was sitting here, but I was like, wait a minute. I mean, like, because I told you if I forget, bring it up. So I think that I don't remember, like, I had it all rehearsed to tell them what I was going to say, the line I was going to say, but I fucking forgot what it was.
Are you serious? You're going to make me
Yes,
say it, aren't you?
I did. I forgot, but yeah, I think man, I think I'm getting Alzheimer's because either that or my brain's shrinking.
All
I
right.
mean, because I can't remember
You owe
shit.
me. You owe me.
I owe you.
These are my friends too. You owe me.
Here we go.
No, oh, I know what it
They
was.
all told me
Yes.
that you guys are so marked out for Mike King that if he had a fart, you guys would suck it out of his ass.
Look at them. They know it's true. They know it's true. Look at them. You
Hey,
guys are Mike King marks, man.
not
And
as much as it used to be because we don't never see him anymore.
right, he's so
He,
busy with everything, man, and that's kind of crazy because I mean, it was so fun. I mean, Mike just knows how to get people stirred up, man, and like I said, he's a good dude. And for you guys just to be total marks of Mike King, to where you would suck a fart out of his ass if he told you guys he had to fart. I mean, that's like literally like I literally look like Chris is like he's thinking, man, like
Yeah.
Chris is like he's in some other world, man, right now. I mean, I think I'm boring him right now. He's about ready to fall asleep. I
I'm
mean,
getting everything. I was sharing everything on social media.
he he's a little bit tuning me out, so it's like he don't really care anymore that I'm talking and okay. But
yeah,
yeah, man. Um, as we go trying to do the shows over there in Sharpsville every month, I mean, the summer months are going to be a little bit hectic over there. I mean, 'cause we fight the heat, but the guys still come out and they still try to bust their ass to try to give a good show. And we've got to give them all, take our hats off to them that too, because, I mean, just as fans sitting there and sitting in that roast and feeling that heat, just like anywhere else. But it's like everywhere else, man. You go to a gym any place else, man, and you sit there and I mean, you sweat like crazy. But them guys putting on that action and doing that shit, trying to bust their balls to try to put on a good show for you guys, for everybody out there, man, you got to take their hats off to them because we've had some good shows, and I think with everyone, and I mean, really, at first when we started to do this July 26th show over in Anderson, I was a little bit skeptical about it because I was like, man, I don't know if we can pull it off. But as the time goes on, as I started to do some promoting and stuff for it, the last couple, I mean, we went last week, 2 days last week, and started putting flyers stuff out. Got to look at the field, got to look at how we're going to try to, in mind to try to figure stuff out and try to set stuff up. It's, I'm kind of getting excited about it. I mean, we don't have the whole card finalized, but I'm definitely thinking that we're going to bring a hell of a show on the 26th on that show.
What time?
Um,
What time is that show?
that show will be at 7. It'll start at 7:05, and it's
Okay.
out. It's at the high school in Anderson, the high school, Anderson High School, out on the football field. We're going to be near the 50-yard line. Um, so
But I was told if it rained, they will pull it into the gym.
I have to get confirmation with
I think
that.
Justin told me that.
I've talked to the athletic director today about a couple things, and then I have to get confirmation. Let's hope it don't rain because I'm kind of excited about doing a show on the lights. I mean, and you guys, are you guys going to be there? Are you guys going to be there? All you guys?
That's the plan.
Because we were actually trying to figure out how we were going to set all that up because they wanted to do like everything from the press box. But then it's like, nah, no, no, no. I want the guys to be closer to the ring because the press box is like way up in the air because
I'll
I'm
never
telling
get
you
in the
what.
press box.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was looking at that and it was like I was like this when I like walked up the ramp, right? And I looked up the ramp and I'm like this and I looked up and I see all them steps. I'm like, you guys go ahead and take pictures and send them down to me, and you guys can holler at me from the down low, and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
But I think I got it figured out. We got a nice little spot. We got everything figured out, how to set everything up, try to figure it all out. So, we got two prices for tickets. We're going to have ringside. We're going to have ringside seats for 15, and then we're going to have bleacher seats for 12. So yes, and with that show, there's going to be a Rhino seminar at that show from 3 to 5. Rhino is going to be doing a seminar, and he is going to, like I said, from 3 to 5 for all trained and training workers. So if anybody out there would like to take the Rhino seminar, uh, get a hold of Ryan Perkins, and he can give you the information and tell you what you need to do to make that happen. Um, I'm like I said, I'm kind of excited about this. I mean, uh, I think we've got a good. We put together, started to put together a card, and I think that the matches are going to be total bangers. So. And then as we follow that show up in Anderson, the next weekend we have one here in Kokomo at the Milwaukee Iron Motorcycle Club in their clubhouse. This is something we done with them last year. Was the first one that we done, and guy contacted me again. He's like, "Hey man, let's go ahead and try to make this a yearly thing." So I was like, "Hey man, I'm down. Let's do it." So Marcus, that's the first time him and I was ever on commentary together. We had fun. Good time, good show, very, very good show. Nice people, nice crowd, nice show put together. And I mean, it was amazing. So yeah, we have a pretty solid month of July going on here. I mean, as we head out July. I mean, like I said, man, we're covered up with shows. So yeah, and you guys, like I said, you guys know me, man. I get stressed, and I'm to the level. So, but hopefully everything goes good. We come out, we entertain. Good shows, good matches, great. Great product, great everything. Everybody happy, and we all go home safe and happy.
Let me make sure everything right. The 19th, AACW at the Sharpsville Gym. You guys are doing your show. The 26th, you are going to be in Anderson, Indiana, on the football field on the
At
20th
Anderson High School.
at Anderson High School. Both those shows will be at 7 o'clock. probably bell time, 7:00.
Yes.
Then you have the show in Kokomo on the following Saturday. I believe that's August 2nd.
August 2nd. Yes.
And will that be a 7:00 start time also?
Yeah. I'm pretty certain it'd probably be maybe 6:37.
Okay.
So yeah, and that show there, if people do kind of get onto this one, that show there is bring your own seat. So I mean, we're at the motorcycles club. I mean, we're at their clubhouse. They open it up, have had fun. Guys were rowdy. Guys were into the show. They were into it. Loved everything about the show. So kind of fired up about all this stuff coming up here in July. So hopefully we can close out July on a high note and have some good shows and some good AACW shows, and hopefully we continue to keep trucking, man.
It sounds like you got a really good card for this coming Saturday. Of course, you got Rhino coming in for that big show. So, I mean, sounds like you guys got things cooked.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So like I said, it's pretty we're pretty solid, for the rest of the month. So
Most definitely, if you're close to Sharpsville, Anderson, Kokomo, go check out AACW. They do a great job, put on really good shows. So you definitely check them out. You can get on their website, check out a little information if you need a little more information. But they do a great job, and looking forward to the 26th. We should definitely be there, and hope you guys do have a great time and have some great shows.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you much. Thank you much.
Chris, Marcus, you guys got any questions for Shane before we let him go?
And wait for the clock. No, I'm good. I think we're good.
I didn't know what Marcus was doing. He waiting for the clock.
Waiting on the clock to get done.
All right. So,
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
all right, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay, Marcus, we're ready for the Marcus Fine Independent Wrestling Report.
All right, I got tons of stuff to cover.
Okay.
Well, let me get the birthdays out of the way, and then we will go with the weekend. So, all right, birthdays today. Russell Love's birthday is today. Ricky Guns' birthday is today.
Happy birthday!
And then we have Brandon Espinosa's on Tuesday. Referee Alice Lanes is on Wednesday. Later Pigs is on Wednesday. Joey Dice, also known as Taylor Myers, is on Friday. Militia Swade is on Saturday. Alex Bolton's is on Saturday. And Juwan Thomas's birthday is on Sunday. So happy birthday to everybody. And if we missed you, happy birthday. And I have no prayer requests. I think it's been a good week. So, did you? All right, yeah, we do want to send out our condolences to Michelle and Justin Grubb and the loss of her father/grandfather. I apologize. I missed that last week. But he did pass away. So we do send out our condolences to the Grubb family. So, and I apologize for getting that. So, all right, Ricky Guns. Hey, Joe Monroe, good buddy. And he's in here. Bob Steele. I think I seen Chris Chaos was in here earlier. So,
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Kelly and I had a very, very, very busy weekend as we headed down south to Kentucky to support our buddies down there in the Bluegrass State. First of all, Kelly and I stopped off in Frankfort, Indiana. No, we didn't. That's where we started. We stopped off in Frankfort, Kentucky, on our way down. In the downtown area is a museum called the Capital City Museum. Absolutely free. You can park free in front of the building for 2 hours or in their side lot free for however long you want to go. I will warn you that it is a one-way street out front of the museum. Do not do like we do to try to get the car to park the right direction and drive down backwards on that one-way street. It actually is a one-way street. So
That's a nice museum.
it's a very nice museum, and they have a Miss Elizabeth exhibit upstairs in the back of the museum. Miss Elizabeth was born, raised, grew up, went to school in Frankfort, Kentucky, and it's a small little room. I was in it for about an hour. Dude, it's just me. Kelly's sitting out in the hallway because she got tired. I totally photographed it several times to make sure I had everything. and there will be pictures coming of this museum. You can see jackets that she wore, dresses she wore. There's a necklace that she wore at WrestleMania 3 on display. They got pictures from her high school yearbook. They got her Letterman jacket from high school, action figures, merchandise, magazines. It is a very well done museum. And I suggest if you ever get a chance, even if you were to make a special trip down to this place, it is well worth the time. And then you can run out to the cemetery, which is only less than 2 miles. It's there for 2 years.
Okay.
So it's there until 2027. So, Chris, if you can make me bigger. I did pick up a few posters and this shirt, and I got this on a poster as well that they have on sale in their gift shop. I also did pick up a book on Macho Man Randy Savage that I do not have. It's also on sale in the gift shop. It is outstanding. I took 1,500 photos. I rounded the room 3 times, literally photographed everything. So if you ever get a chance, it is well worth the time. Joe Monroe's in here. He can attest. He's been to the museum. And I know there's a few others that haven't made the trip. So absolutely, you do want to see that if you ever have a chance. Okay, what do I have next? Okay, I'm going to cover results from the shows that we were not at. I do have some.
Joe said he got that shirt.
Joe Monroe got that shirt as well. So, and he highly recommends it as well. It is outstanding. Not very big, but boy, it's very well done. So, okay, courtesy of our good buddy Ricky Guns. He ran a show under the FEW banner, Fun in the Sun, Kids of Carthage results on Saturday. Johnny Blaze wins a 15-man battle royal to become the inaugural King of the Carthage champion. Andre Stray defeated Christian Cash. La Fantasma defeated Phoenix and Alexander King in a triple threat. Zay Gates defeated Kevin Panic and T.Y. Ice for the International Championship. Hank Calhoun defeated Mike Noble to retain the DCCW Championship. And Ricky Guns defeated Johnny Blaze with help from Chris Chaos to become the King of Carthage champion. Now, I needed to throw this out there. I can't do this justice because I was not there. I talked to Ricky yesterday. I guess when it was his turn to come to the ring, he came in a full police raid, basically 4 or 5 police cars, full sirens, full blast, running their asses off to get to the ring. Everybody in the festival stopped to look to see what was going on because it looked like some shit had gone down. And the minute he got to the ring, I guess his music played, he popped out and got a hell of a pop. It put goosebumps on me just listening to him tell it to me. I guess it was something very impressive. So shout out to Ricky Guns. He had a heck of a showing Saturday. So congratulations to him. Okay, then I got results from NGW's Red, White, and Bruce in Crawfordsville on Saturday. These are thanks to Larry Hughes and Kristen Garver. Colby Jack and the Blue Mako and the Super Patriot defeated the Russian Assassins in a 6-man tag team. Kenneth James defeated Mike Noble. Jeremy Hadley defeated Will Asher. Cecil Surface defeated Hank Calhoun. Chris Gordon defeated Mark Magnus. Excalibur and Andre Stray defeated Christian Cash and Zay Gates. And in the main event, Thomas Keith defeated TK0 to retain the NGW Heavyweight Championship. So, I heard that was a very good show as well from the few people I talked to that were there. So 2 big shows that I was not at. Okay, then like I said, Kelly and I was in Kentucky. It just happened to work out. Timing was beautiful this weekend that we were able to hit an extra show in Danville, Kentucky. I do want to send out a huge thank you to Adrian Alexander, Scott Diamond, and Dan Childress for the hospitality shown. I mean, it was like within 24 hours, I was like, hey, we're coming. It's like, we're coming. Can you set us up? And they had us in the front row, treated us like royalty. A guy even ran out to the car, got the chair from Kelly. Have no idea who this guy was, but he evidently was waiting on us.
No, that was a fan.
Okay, I guess it was a fan.
Yeah, a fan and his son.
So, got us set up. Scott Diamond was checking on us throughout the show. And and it was fantastic. So the results are Elite Wrestling Alliance Gold Rush, Danville, Kentucky, Friday. Saw Jacob Ratliff defeat Chris Crow by knockout, and that resulted in the referee calling the match, and he became the new EWA Heritage Champion. Then Tony Corral defeated Austin Diamond with Doomsday via DQ. Beck Reeves defeated Nick Ultima via submission. He is now the new Ring Generals podcast champion. You ready, Tony?
Yeah.
You ready? Gaston LaRue's musical performance was broken up by Party Boy Mike Howard. So Gaston LaRue got in the ring and sang a couple of personally written songs about the fans of Danville, and it was kind of humorous, but anyhow, Party Boy Mike did not like it, so he broke it up. Ace Carmichael defeated Riot. Get this, Lexi Green defeated Ari Alexander. She retained the EWA Ladies Championship. Jordan Cage defeated Jordan Cage defeated Evil Nate via DQ to retain the EWA Heavyweight title. Then the main event, Chris Crow, who was the guy who got knocked out in the first match, came in and he replaced Cash Atkins because he attacked Cash Atkins and took his spot in the Fatal 4-Way ladder match. Chris Crow defeated Ethan Heyer, Steel Wool, and James Kendrick in a money grab ladder match. He is now the number 1 contender for the EWA Heavyweight title. Very well done show. Very hot crowd. If you're ever in that area and you can check out Elite Wrestling Alliance, I highly suggest it. They do darn good work. So, then on Saturday, thanks to our good buddy Joe Monroe and Brandon Wilson for inviting us down. Thank you to them both for the hospitality show during the event. First off, it was the Legacy Hall of Fame, the first ever Legacy Hall of Fame, and a Triple Crown Wrestling event in Somerset, Kentucky on Saturday, July 12th. I do want to congratulate Professor Bear, referee Jonathan Barnes, Mike Woody, and his late wife Aries, Bobby Blade, Terry England, Hitman Louie, and James Kendrick for being inducted into the 2025 class of Legacy Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Shout out to Joe Monroe for putting that together. We were sponsors for that, and he did an awesome job.
It was awesome.
And then they went ahead and had a wrestling show as well. Chris Matthews defeated Trace Evans with Charles Colton. Randall Shane and Kevin Sinclair defeated OG Ugly and Tyler Logan. Amos Abel defeated Eric Porter with Brandon Wilson via countout. Reverend Ronnie Roberts defeated Chris Michaels via DQ. And in the main event, Brandon Wolf defeated Charles Colton in a street fight. He retained the, I think it's the UCW heavyweight title. So, very nice venue as well. It was in a convention center room. Very well done. So, hats off to Brandon Wilson and Joe Monroe. We want to thank everybody that we knew, but we had several people we did not know who knew us come up and thank us, shake our hands, thank us for being there, thank us for what we do. So it was.
And some of them watch the podcast.
And some of them watch podcasts. It's people. Some people, these guys, people we didn't even know, but they knew who we was. So it was great. Yes, and Joe Monroe said it will be done next year. It doesn't look like it's always going to be under the Triple Crown banner. He may, I think, from what I'm gathering, it will be under another Kentucky wrestling organization
Because it's a Commonwealth.
It's a Commonwealth Hall of Fame. So, yep, just not in Somerset. So, 2026. We don't know where it will be, but it'll happen. So, fantastic time. Again, thank you, Joe, and everybody involved. Okay, then Sunday, Kelly and I got in the car and ran back up to Indiana. Sunday morning, Anna Lee Productions presented Paul's Up for Rescue at the Outlaw Arena on Sunday, July 13th. This was the benefit show for the, Leanne Rescue, Animal Rescue. They raised $600, and we want to shout out to Anna Lee for an awesome job. Very well done putting this together. Saw Timmy Jackson defeat Will Asher. Phoenix defeated the debuting CJ Cyclone. He's one of the Dub's newest trainees. Very well done match. Zay Gates defeated Kurt Busey. Maliko defeated a one-time returning rare occasion Hidari. So Maliko defeated Hidari, who made a surprise return briefly at the Outlaw Arena on Sunday. And then Zach Nova defeated Jordan James, who's the Outlaw and Veterans Champion, to retain the WCW Gunslinger title. That was the only title on the line. Jordan James comes out with both his belts. He says, well, I am the Outlaw Champion, but since this is not a WCW event, I cannot defend the Outlaw Champion. I'm also the Veterans Champion, and this ain't Veterans Day, so I can't defend this champion title either. And Zach Nova's over there and says, well, if you're not going to defend your titles, I'll defend mine. And he put the Gunslinger title to Tommy Two Shoes, and he defeated Jordan James 1-2-3 in the middle of the ring. Awesome event. Very well done. Shout out to them. So I believe that's all I have.
You guys wore out?
Yes, we're very wore out. And I think I got the Kentucky flu. That's what I told you earlier. I drank the water in Kentucky, I think, by accident because it's been a rough morning, a rough day. So
A lot of driving.
A lot of driving. I'll tell you, I give it to Kelly for doing all that driving, and timing couldn't have worked out any better. We were spot on everywhere we needed to be when we needed to be there, and it worked out very well. So,
can you give me a favorite match of the weekend?
well, now Sunday or okay, yes, I can. I gave you from each show. I'll go that route. Friday night, it'll have to be that main event because whoever designed that ring in Elite Wrestling, I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
It is set up that they can do ladder matches with belts and briefcases hanging above the ring because they designed that ring to add 2 extra posts to extend the post, and they put a wire across there, and they can turnbuckle it down, and they can hang it up. It was a briefcase, kind of like a Money in the Bank, but they can also hang belts up there. That was well done because it was like a hardcore ladder match. And then last night, or Saturday nights, was the main event with Brandon Wolf and Charles Colton. That was a street fight. Man, they were never seen a football used. I'd never seen a tire iron used either. And both of those were brought out. And then last night's was, well, the main event between Zach Nova and Jordan James. But I'm telling you, Maliko and Andre Stray / Hidari, man, we seen it at PopCon, and they did it again. That's a hell of a match. You put them two against each other. So that was my favorites. And then you guys unfortunately could not run, I guess, right, because the rain canceled you guys out. So
We wouldn't go make it anyway. But yeah, the rain gets canceled out.
So I believe that's it.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a very busy weekend. So you guys had a good time. That's great.
I'll give you a little insight. I already asked Tony about this. September is going to be the Kentucky personalities for our rapid fire segments. I've already got 2 guys lined up. I got 2 more invites out, and I got a few more I can ask if those 2 don't work out. So these inductees and their inductors were telling stories that I've got to hear more. I mean, the guy that Hardcore Louie has been in the Mid-South Coliseum, wrestled Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, the Evansville Coliseum, the Louisville Gardens. He's got stories. And Bobby Blade, he's got stories. And Bobby Blade actually is one of the guys that will be on, already confirmed in September. So these guys got stories. I've got to hear them, and I think you guys will too. So,
well, we can move on here, and we'll get our wrap. I assume he's in the ring there, Chris.
you're muted, Chris.
Hey, Dad, try moving your phone because for some reason your sound switched.
Yeah, you're garbled.
Any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Is our special guest waiting on us here?
Yep.
Well, let's bring it in. We got the No Good Skull Crusher, also known as Mike Lee. How's it going, Mike?
Doing good. How we doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Well, we'll jump right into it. We're minus Warren today. Hopefully Warren will be back next week. He had to work tonight, so he couldn't make it. So sad not to have Warren here, but we'll move on.
Now we can even hear him.
Are you there?
Yeah. I was having trouble hearing Tony.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can hear you, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, Tony, you're garbled. I don't know.
How about now?
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Can you hear me now?
Changing now. Well, try. Marcus will go first, I'll go second, Chris will go third. Marcus?
All right. I'm going to stray a little bit from my normal first question because I don't want one of these other two to take it. Because especially Chris, who likes to take my questions. Just joking. First off, tell us what it was like to work with Don Basher. We'll go start out with that one.
Don Basher. He was a special kind of breed. He had his good days and he had his bad days like everybody else. He'd give you a shirt off his back. He was a good man. He helped WCWO become what we've done now. This depends on if you knew him or not and what day he was on. Marcus could vouch for that.
You know, he ripped me for showing up at one of his events because it's like, don't you go anywhere else? Why are you always showing up here? That's like, I don't know if he was joking. It was hard telling. I mean,
I was late for training one day because I had to do a little bit of work, and he ripped me a good time. But it was all because it needed to be done.
Okay. Let me ask you, in your opinion, what makes WCWO different than other wrestling promotions?
WCWO, we're different. We're not some fly-by-night organization where we pop up and go down. We've been in business close to 30 years with Kid and his father. We're more of a family than an organization. I mean, of course, we have our name out there, but it's the family that keeps everybody around, that keeps WCWO what it is. That's what WCWO is to me. To me, it's like a family tree. Let's take it this way. It all comes down to the root of the tree, which is Joey Owens. And then everybody else branches off and do their own things by branches off, like hitting the road, doing what they're supposed to do, or they got their own branch of people just doing their own thing, Some branches are bigger, some branches are smaller. It just really depends on what group you go with in that tree line. And the root of it all comes down to Joey.
Chris?
All right. Well, first of all, Kelly has a question for you. She wants to know who your favorite super fan is, Kelly or Marcus. I'm sure you knew that question was coming.
I did, but she's not going to get me on that one. They're equal.
Okay.
You suck.
Another time. Another time.
Keep it up, Kelly. Keep it up.
You just wait until my Hall of Fame Kane and I get to you.
You're not quick enough. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My question is, how did you get started at WCWO?
Well, it was funny. I was wanting to manage because I got in this kind of late in the year or in my life. I talked to a great man named David Buttram. A lot of guys know him as Dave. I picked his brain on everything. I mean, what I should do, what I should look for, this and that. And he always told me one thing that's always stuck with me. It's never about you. It's about your guys. You never take the glory away from your guys who's doing this. So I talked to Kid. He wasn't traveling as much anymore back then. But I told him I wanted to start training and become a manager. And he said, let's do it. And we started down south, way down south. And then we made our way up into town. And then I went to Don Basher while he was still alive. And I said, hey, I want to be more in wrestling again. And then Don took me in over at WCWO. And then I've just been following Kid probably close to 15 years, watching him doing what he's doing with this new company.
Hey, Mark.
So that's how I came about in wrestling.
When did you first become interested in wrestling?
Oh crap! I've been independent for a while. I remember Austin James and Dallas Parker back then, with Sapphire, and so I was probably like 13 or so in independent wrestling. But I've been a whole wrestling fan my whole life.
Favorite match you have seen at WCWO, and
Oh,
also
man,
I got a B part there. And favorite
that's
match you've been
hard.
and a favorite match you've been a part of also.
Okay. My favorite match I've been a part of is, of course, always better Jordan James. Me and him took on Joey Owens and Jason Levi. And I got put through a couple doors, crowds going crazy, blah, 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 blah. Jordan James, schoolboys, kid, 1, 2, 3. It went from holy shit to crickets after Jordan James won. That was my favorite match I was in. Now, what was the first question?
Favorite?
The best. Okay, I got it. It was actually, I think it was FOD. It was kid was fight or die. It was my favorite IK3 versus Sonico. We had guys up in the audience room. We had guys out in the crowd. There was not one wrestler in that locker room. They were watching these two boys giving it their all. And still to this day, that's probably been the best match I've ever seen.
Chris?
I just can't find it anywhere on the internet.
Oh, what's the thing that you like most about the wrestling business, and what's something that you hate about the wrestling business?
I love to watch the kids grow to become something big in life. There's nothing better than to see, young kids become what they want to do in a dream. To start out as just a young rookie and then make their way all the way up. I think that's my favorite thing is, becoming a different family with people in wrestling. And then the biggest thing I hate in wrestling is egos. Egos will hurt anybody. That's what was that?
All right. I'm going to give you. I talked to Warren earlier. I got a few from him. If you could be put in a time machine, what live event would you like to be front row and center and witness a historic moment in professional wrestling?
Everybody says it, and I'm going to say too, The Undertaker and Mankind, that cage. I mean, that was crazy for them boys to go out of their mind, to slam each other through the freaking top of it. Yeah. So that's the one I would love to have been there and seen live hand.
Hey, Marcus, what are doing?
Okay. We know you've currently managed the Outlaw Champion Jordan James. Who else have you managed over your career as a manager?
Of course, Joey Owens, and then I've managed Jake Phoenix before. I've managed who was it? Maurice Atlas, Jackson Morgan back then. It was Jackson Rivers back then. Let me see. There's not too many other people. There's a couple of guys I'm not going to mention, but there's a couple of guys that I've managed before. So there's not too many. I don't like to steer away too much from the Dub because Dub's my home. That's where I belong.
What do you
of course,
think?
KJ. Yeah, KJ and Jordan.
What do you think of when I say these names? First one is going to be Don Basham.
Great man.
Next one, Joey Owens.
Can't say enough positive about him. So much positive. I mean, there's so much things he's done. So, friend, family, he's beyond all that.
Jordan James.
Oh man, he's my buddy, pal, friend. I've been honored to work with him for, like he said, about 8 years now. He has taught me so much just watching him from being in the back to going up front. He's just a whole total different person.
And my last one, IK3.
Oh man, best around, best there ever will be. Even if he's still not in the ring, he's hard to touch. There's not too many guys right now on the independent scene who can hold a torch to what this young man can still do although he's been out for a little while.
Chris?
All right. Kelly wants to know, have you always managed hills?
Oh God, yes. Well, I've done a couple babies with kid before, and I'm not the high five guy. I'd rather rip up your poster and tell you suck. That's just me. But I have traveled many times with kid on the road just to get out. You know, we didn't work. Well, he worked, but I'm like, I can't do it. It's hard. Like, everybody says it's hard being a heel, and it's not. I guess it's just in my blood.
And then my question: have you done any wrestling, or have you just stuck to the managing part of the business?
I've done battle royals. I've done a couple of matches that I've won, but Chris, you know me, and I'm gonna tell everybody else how it is. I'm a manager. I'm a filler. If you need me to fill a spot, I'm gonna do that for you. This stuff takes experience, man. You've got to have your heart, dedicated soul. So it's not anybody can get in the ring and become that wrestler. It is hard. These guys go through blood, sweat, tears every morning. There was a young lady when she first started, man. That's all she did is blood, sweat, wrestling everywhere. I mean, so these guys, it takes a lot of talent. So to be in that ring and say you're a wrestler, but to actually understand the concept of wrestling and doing what you're supposed to do is a lot of work, man. So yeah, I will put myself as a filler. Never will. You can ask the guys in the back. Never will I ever say that I'm a wrestler. Never will, because that takes talent, and my body says no way, man.
Marcus?
All right, well, going with the heel thing, I've seen a few. Tell us some interesting fan interactions you've had. You've stirred people the wrong way on more than one occasion. Tell us a few interesting ones of those.
My favorite one is we call him Gumby. Ron. He's threatened to pull his knife on me a couple times. But I just laugh at him because that's just what he does. One of my favorite one was I had my surgery on my shoulder and I was out for a little while, and I came back my first night, and there was a young lady sitting out there and talking about Colby Jack the cow. You know what I mean? And I looked at her. I said, that is one of the most horrible bracelets ever. And she looked at me and she said some choice words where I'm not going to say it, so you don't have to bleep it because it was pretty bad. So I stood up and I looked at her again. I said, what do you say, young lady? And her father was there. And then she said it again. So I looked at her. I said, gotcha. And I walked away. And then I walked away because I had a tear in my eye because I missed the excitement from the fans when they hate me so much. There's nothing more important to me than that, than the fans hate me. There was another one. We were at DCCW with Mountain Man Phil Monroe. You remember our security guy? I was walking with Kid around the ring, and I'm looking for Phil, and I don't see him anywhere. And he's over in the crowd getting these people going, just starting off hard. And I'm going over to protect Phil, and I'm getting cussed out. I didn't say a word, and they're just calling me everything in the book, but a nice guy. You know what I mean? So I look at Phil, I'm like, what did you say to them? And he pops off with something, and then, but yeah, those were great times as heel spots. We get to do things like that.
If you could be any other pro wrestler or manager for a day, who would it be?
If I could be, I loved watching Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, man. He was always exciting. He always brought attention to himself. You knew he was there. His presence was there. You know when he came out with that blowhorn, you knew it was on. People are gonna love him or hate him, and that's kind of the way I feel. Either you love me or hate me. So then I come to find out that Kelly really loves to hate me. So,
Most people hate you.
so Mouth of the South was one of my favorites. I loved watching growing up.
Chris?
You're muted.
Is
I
there any
am.
talent out there that you haven't got a chance to manage yet that you would like to manage?
Of course, one of my dream spots would always be with IK3. I mean, there's nothing I could do to help that kid with anything. Of course, Joey Owens again, one more good time. We'd go back on a little trip with him, get back out with, because he always had me interacting with the crowd, and in the matches, he always always has something for me to do to work what I want to work with. I think one of my favorite tag teams I would love to work with would have been they were called Insignificant Funds at All Star Wrestling in Shelbyville, and that was Jeremy Hadley and Jordan James. That would have been I think that would have been a really fun tag team to work with.
Oh yeah, I've been a fun tag team to see.
Yeah, they were amazing. They were something else. And then I used Jeremy Hadley and Jordan James in my first veteran show against the highlight reel. And you want to talk about a really good match.
Marcus?
All right, I'm going to break away from a question here in a minute. CJ Cyclone is in the chat room. He did his debut match yesterday against Phoenix. I want to shout out to him. He did an awesome job in his debut match. So I told him if he came on, I'd do it, and he did. And for his debut match, he's going to go far. So
He did a very good job.
awesome job there, Mr. Cyclone. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, tell us some of the names that have come through the dub that have went on the bigger and better things. I mean, there's been a lot.
You're talking like WWE guys that's came in the past, or are you talking like trainers?
Even glorified. I would bigger independents like Shotzi Blackheart.
I've seen
and big names that went on the bigger.
Yeah,
bigger
I've seen Shotzi Blackheart. I've seen MJF. Jay Christ has been there. He's worked with Jordan James. Who else was there? One of them that I've always loved to watch when she was there was she was known as Heidi Lovelace then, Marcus. You remember Heidi Lovelace?
Yes.
But she was Ruby Soho or Ruby Riott. Of course, I think one of the most experienced young ladies I would love to see go would be, of course, Billy Stark. She's already there. But Alice Crawley, that young lady came a long way in her wrestling career. Alice Crawley.
I heard rumor that Pinky Shortcake from the Micros was in the dub at one time too that I did not know.
Yep. Yeah, the little guys over there. I mean, I've seen, don't get me wrong, I've seen Tatanka, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Luke the Bushwhacker, Brutus Barber Beefcake, and Rikishi. So many more guys that has been through the dub that I've got to see and really enjoy meeting and doing stuff with.
Who's been the biggest influence on your wrestling career?
I have two of them. And you already know it's, JKO, because he's one that actually gave me the start to believe in myself to do it, to be able to do what I get to do. And then Jordan James, because like I said, he's a total different person from inside and out. Of course, by his stories and all the great things he talks about. I've learned so much from both of those guys, and I just can't pick between either one of those.
Okay. Chris?
He's muted. But
Abby has a question for you. She wants to know who's your favorite dub child.
Oh my God! Why did she do that?
Put you on the spot.
She's walking next Friday. Me and my wife have got two really close dub kids, which is Zay Gates and Abigail Rosewood. Of course, Abby is the golden child, of course, because she's Miss Innocent, supposedly. But I can't believe she's gonna put me on the spot like that. With Zay probably gonna be here about this too. But no, they're both really good kids, and I couldn't pick between either one of those two either. But Abby, she's got our heart.
Marcus, final. Chris, did you do one?
No, it's Chris's turn, I think.
No.
Chris, because Abigail. Okay, go, Chris.
I gotta try thinking of the one.
Well, we got 3 more rounds.
Huh?
We got 3 more questions after this.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, adding questions on. Usually you give us a 2-question warning, not a 3-question warning. What's going on with that? What are some things you enjoy doing besides wrestling? I know you like fishing.
Fishing,
other things.
doing stuff with my wife and my family. My son's getting to be a good bowler. I went and watched him yesterday, watching him bowl. Spending time with, my family's one thing. And then with wrestling doing so much, any of those guys in the back of the locker room can tell you it's hard to do a lot of other things when you dedicate so much time into wrestling. I mean, there could be days where we start on a Friday and not until Monday morning. So it's really hard to do a lot of different hobbies because wrestling takes up a lot of your time.
Marcus?
All right, so we're down to 3?
Yep.
Okay. Tell us about the time you was in Crawfordsville, Indiana, and you and Jackson had to get a fan out of the ring who stormed.
Yeah, we did. I think it was with Justin Danger.
Yeah, Justin Danger,
I think it's who it was.
Big far boy.
Okay, come out, did his job as a heel. Said, I'm not, puts a chair in the middle of the ring and says, I'm not leaving until I get a match. And this big, like you said, farm boy come out of nowhere and try to get in the ring. And, Justin did the right thing by just, not really putting the boots to him, but trying to keep him out of the ring. And this boy just kept coming in. And, I mean, he made me look like a chump. I mean, this boy was big. Jackson grabbed Justin, Just Danger, and I went up, big boy. I'm like, have you lost your mind? I'm like, you deserve everything you got for even try to step in that ring when you shouldn't even do that. I mean, so
Justin just got played.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, and like I think it was Pafo. I told him, I said, hey, I got to stick with your guys because that guy should not have gotten in the ring, period, at all. So Justin was just protecting himself on that end right there.
Yeah, it was handled well.
Yeah, we tried to do, it's like, and that's the thing. Me and Morgan, we weren't even booked on the show. We were just there to set the ring up with Kid and, and stuff like that. And but so it's just where here it goes, and there goes me and Morgan. Just what we do. We look after the family. You know what I mean?
Your favorite meal to eat?
I love tamales.
Can't go wrong with a good tamale. That's for damn sure.
Good tamale. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on them from my aunt from Texas, and it's hard to find anything that compares to what she made.
Man.
It's hard to find.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them that I've had right now that have been, any good. I gotta have the red. I gotta have that spice, man. It's good.
And Chris?
Do you have a favorite show that you've been a part of?
Oh, of course, with Mike King over there at DCCW. Of course, Dub's always my number 1 home. But if I go to other different shows, Mike King, he kind of opened the doors to us and made us all feel welcome. And he done a lot for us, and he's paid for hotel rooms for a lot of guys when we were double booked here and there. He took care of a lot of guys. So DCCW was a good one with Mike when Mike was doing his thing.
Mark?
2 questions. Okay, very well. This works well. Tell us about your creation of the veteran shows that now you've got 5 of them under your belt. Mm-hmm. And you've got one scheduled for this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, so
tell us how the inspiration behind bringing those up and creating them.
Well, my father was 32 years in the military. We moved from state to state. I'm actually from Washington State myself. I mean, I'm not from Indiana. So I never got to join the military. I've had a lot of friends, pass away, get killed in service, stuff like that. I grew up military, so I've always been the guy to try to help do the best I can, even if it's not shooting a gun or patching somebody up. I just try to do what I can to help the veterans on their day for what they've done to us, because if you stop to think about it, if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't be here having a conversation. Or guys and gals.
Favorite town or venue to work in?
I like Lebanon. Lebanon's been really fun. Good crowd always. Sometimes we go up to Frankfurt and see, Johnny Knoxville's cousin up there, which is pretty cool. But Lebanon was always a fun town to work. The crowd is always hot, always big. So, yeah.
Chris?
Marcus had just brought up the veteran shows. Do you have a favorite match off of the veteran shows that you've done?
Man, there's been a lot of good ones.
There's been a lot of good matches.
There's been a lot of good matches over the years. I'm gonna go back to year one, where we just talked about Jeremy Hadley and Jordan James against the highlight reel. I mean, those four boys, they went out there and put on a show. I mean, really gave it what it was. That's one of my favorite the veteran ones. And then most of the time, I try to get to watch them, but sometimes I don't get to. So there's a lot of good guys I'd like to come back up. Anytime I get to watch Jeremy Hadley work, he's one of the greatest. I mean, character, the vibe he puts off to people, he's just something different. He's a different breed of person.
That's for sure.
Jeremy's great. Yeah.
Marcus, final question.
Okay, well, also that first show had Dex and Mimic, Jake Oman. I thought that was an outstanding one too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got two. I want to ask Warren's, and then I'll do mine. Warren wants to know if you're NWO or DX.
I'm NWO. I'm old school. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
NWO as well.
Hey, Marcus, before you do the next question, I got a bone to pick with Warren. It's always NWO or the other group, DX. Oh, where's the Four Horsemen?
Warren ain't
exactly.
Well, he probably is, but
I mean,
there would be none of those groups if it wasn't for the Four Horsemen. I'm Four Horsemen. Screw the other two.
Well, see, I didn't get that offer. I didn't get that one. Or it might have been a different story, Doug. Now, don't be cussing at me now, Tony. Come on now. Oh, man.
Hey, he wouldn't start cussing. He don't do that.
No, never. Just don't make him mad.
all right, Chris, before I go ahead and ask him, Kelly's got a bonus or backup to mine on there.
Kelly wants to know, what are the top few items that veterans need, and what do you collect at veterans shows?
They're looking for like personal hygiene, toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorants, like they were in need of like sun tanning lotion. I just took a big load over there from Big P took it for me, but I had like 30 tubes of toothpaste. I had like 30 bottles of sun tanning lotion. They have a food pantry, perishable stuff like that, because I work with HVAF, and they do. We had so many toys last year where they were like, okay, we can't handle no more toys. So during the holidays, it's more of like your clothes, hats, gloves, socks, stuff like that. The Price Slashers have been really good to me. They have given me a lot of stuff to pass off to the veterans. Like they just gave me a bunch of bags of underwear, bags of T-shirts, just to donate it to me, to donate to the military. So anything like water bottles, personal hygiene stuff, toilet papers, stuff like that.
Okay, final question. Actually, it's my final. Now you can tell your funny story. You laughed at me when I said you need to have one, and I told you don't start telling me anything. You wait till tomorrow. So,
Okay. Man. Okay. Well, I got two, but I'll say one real quick. Last year we were at PopCon. I got to meet, Johnny Knoxville's cousin. She was real cool. Gave me the finger, so I thought, for the wrestling story, I really enjoyed that because we were doing wrestling at PopCon. So meeting her was really cool. And then my other one was DCCW just finished up a show in Muncie and then had to drive to Portland. And we were, like I said, Mikey King took care of us on the hotels and stuff. And there was my wife, myself, Rachel Armstrong, and Jay Beeve. He was actually going to stay in the truck. We're like, no, come on in. We'll take care of you. We'll find you a spot. So we found a little cubby hole for him, loaded him down with pillows. That was about 4:00 in the morning. And someone's alarm went off at like 7:15. We're all drowsy. We haven't slept in like a day and a half. And then, so this young lady gets her phone to go off after about 10 minutes after she threw it on the ground. And then we're all trying to go back to bed. And out of nowhere, we hear Jay Beeve over in the corner saying, "I'm the boogeyman. I'm going to get you." And this is at like 7:15 in the morning, and we're tired. We're barely holding in. So after that, we wake up, and then go have breakfast and stuff with all them. But just the story of doing stuff with the these new young guys, watching them grow up into become a really good wrestler. Their journey in life. It was always fun watching all these young guys. So that was a funny story. I've got a lot more, but I just think that young lady and her phone. She was in this queen size bed, and Jay Beeves over in this little corner with like 4 pillows underneath him, trying to get comfortable. And then she's waking up, flinging her phone everywhere, just mad and all get out. And this little lady, we were laughing at her. So for a while there, we called her Alarming Rachel, because that alarm would not shut up. And then I'll tell you one more real quick. This is going to be a little longer one. Going back to Muncie, it was during COVID. Pull up to a McDonald's, ordering some food. Well, it was me, my wife, Jackson Morgan, Rachel, and my son. And we were telling people that we were called drive-through jackasses. We would go up, have fun with them at the drive-through, and tell them they're being recorded at a spotlight, and they believed us. So we're at a McDonald's one day, and I had said Morgan, he was back there as the pig, and he's back there just squealing, going off. So I turn around, and I'm yelling, "I told you, young lady, leave that pig at home. We're not trying to hear it, blah, blah, blah." And next thing you know, we're ordering our food and all this great stuff. And Kevo starts squealing again. And I pop off with, "Young lady, have you ever had hog balls in your life for dinner?" I was like, "If you don't shut that pig up, that's what we're going to have." And I guess the lady in the McDonald's hit the wire for everybody to hear that was working there. And next thing you know, the intercom, we just hear these guys laughing, losing their shit, just losing it. So we order our food, and the lady was calling everything back to us, and she was going through our drinks, Coke, Dr. Pepper, like that, or your Coke, Sprite, like that. And then she pops off with, she was laughing so hard, she was like, "And you order a Dr. Pecker." I'm like, do I really want to comment on this? Because I could say something right now, started with the side of something, but I didn't. And so I think we got our free food, not free food, but our drinks were free that night, because it was us taking the time during the COVID when nobody could, really do anything, to make these people laugh by acting like some idiots sometimes. I mean, it was fun. That was probably one of our funnest moments, is when we got, we had that lady so messed up inside a McDonald's she couldn't even talk straight.
Funniest person you've been around in a wrestling locker room?
Oh God, my favorite kid of all time, Logan Myers. Kid was he'd come in, do King of the Hill, he'd come in, do whatever he felt like that day. Interesting kid. I miss him so much. He always brought smiles to people's faces. He could come in, have a conversation out of nowhere, and just just look at somebody or give them like this little shitty grin, and we all know what's going to happen. Logan's about to tear everything up and just have a good time. So yeah, Logan's probably one of my funnest guys I got to spend in the locker room with.
Chris?
All right. My last question is, if you had a younger guy or a rookie come up to you and wanted to be a wrestling manager, what would be your best piece of advice that you'd give to somebody that's wanting to get into the business?
Dedication. Even if you're not a wrestler, there's still a lot of things to do in wrestling. And manager, it takes a lot of time. I mean, of course, we're not getting beat up like them, but some managers do, like myself. But just keep your head on straight. And one thing I'm gonna tell them always is never make it about you. Always make it about Dave. Always make it about that wrestler, because if it's not them, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't have a spot to come out there and do what you want to do. So you always make it about yourself, because I've seen a lot of different guys make it about them. And I was never taught that way, to ever steal the thunder or glory of another wrestler. You don't do it as a manager.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. You got anything you want to plug? Or I know Chris wanted to ask that question. This is the last question.
Well, I know
Not
the
much.
only place he really goes is WCWO, and we've plugged it quite a bit. That's one reason I didn't ask that question.
I mean, before, a lot of that other crap happened in life, we would go to HPW down in Columbus. We would go to All Star in Shelbyville. We would go to New Era in Shelbyville. There's a couple other places we went to. We went to Illinois one time for a couple shows out there. We've been in Carthage, watched a couple shows out there. So there's, but it's hard to go to other organizations and watch other things go on when you know everything you got at home. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talent that, that's out there on the independent scene right now that could really do something in their careers. They just focus on what they got to do and not worry about a lot of the other things. Focus on that career and do what you got to do. There's one young man coming up. I'm really hoping he takes off, and that's Mark Magnus. I don't know if you guys got to watch him yet. He has fire. He has heart, man. I haven't seen another wrestler, rookie like that, care about wrestling like him in a while. He's dedicated. Even if he's hurt, he still shows up. Doesn't train, but he watches. So that's one of my good things about that.
Well, again, we appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a great time.
Not a problem. I appreciate you guys, and hope to see you guys soon. I know you have Veteran Show. You come back out, and this will be what you guys' fifth time out there, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, be the fifth time out there. And then as long as you guys keep Kelly away with that cane, I'll be fine. And my cookies were good too from last night. Thank you.
You just never know where I'll be with my
He
cane.
just thanked you for the cookies, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, and she's look talking trash like Kelly does. But no, we really appreciate you, Gonzo guys. You guys do a lot with the wrestling scene, a lot in the independent scene. Wherever you travel, everywhere. You guys never ask for no money. You guys just try to boost up your show, and you do a fantastic job on it. Anytime at the Dub, it's always great to have you guys there. You guys know that.
Well, we
All right.
appreciate you have a good night.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see everybody later.
All right. See you there, Mike.
Thank you. Later, guys.
That was fantastic.
Well, I think it's interesting that the last three funny stories over the last 3 weeks had a boogeyman in it.
Yeah. Well, we reiterate that other one with the boogeyman on it. We'll leave that for people to go look for.
We do have some shows, though. We got to shout out. WPW's Fair Fight is also this weekend.
Yes.
Danville Fairgrounds. WCWO will be at Black Expo at the Indiana Convention Center Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's all I know about that right now. And then they will be in a debut in the St. Paul Gym in St. Paul, Indiana on Saturday as well. So
They're going to be busy. And plus, they
Yeah.
got the normal Friday show, too.
yes,
Man.
yeah.
Yep.
We'll tell you
Yep.
what Joey told us last night, but we'll wait till we're done.
Yeah, the glutton for punishment. he just keeps going, man.
So that's what I know.
Okay. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. And we'll see you next week.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all